My name is Vitalii. I'm head of export department of Tesla Smart company. Our company became the winner of the IoT project of the year competition last year, winning the main nomination community choice. This year we are excited to be a part this community again. Tesla Smart produced multifunctional wireless sensors that measure temperature, humidity, lighting and magnetic field level. All is one small sensor, the size of a lighter or clicker. Tesla Smart team has been working in IoT market for 14 years. We know everything about problems connected with wired sensors. The market is full of them. They are reliable, though at risk of external interference. But wireless sensor takes the best solution from standard wireless sensors, but are also model-proof. Tesla Smart, which now develops only wireless solution, uses BLE technologies to transfer data from sensor to a navigation device. They can measure several parameters at the same time and send the data online. Let's take a look at the history of our brand. In the spring 2020, we entered the market with only one BLE sensor model and a BLE base. The first model had 4 built-in sensors. The basic task of monitoring temperature and door opening by the magnetic field level was solved, but there was a certain delay in transferring of temperature and humidity indication. At the moment, the body of TESLiOT sensor had a low dust and moisture protection because it came with a technical hole for air circulation as a possibility of light detection. Since then we have released 2 more generations of sensor, constantly improving and developing their technical characteristics. But even today, the first few hundreds of TESLiOT sensors are still successfully working in various projects without replacing batteries for about 2 years. Today, we are pleased to present you a new line TESLiOT BLE sensor. Here are 5 models. First, TESLiOT 1 is one of the most affordable BLE temperature sensor on the market. Moreover, this is a humidity sensor, and the built-in read switch, if necessary, which performs the function of the refrigerator door status sensor. The frost-proof battery can work up to 1 year before the battery is replaced. Second, TESLiOT Start has an external Dallas temperature sensor. Let me point out to you that the operation temperature of any Dallas is from minus 55 to plus 125 degrees Celsius. So this sensor can work if necessary in extreme environments. For example, deep freezing below minus 30 or a boiling environment plus 100 degrees Celsius. And our start will help make this solution wireless. The battery use has an AA size and a special chemistry, lithium thionyl chloride, which allows you to install the sensor in an extreme environment. Third solution is TESLiOT Top. Has an external purged sleeve with a sensitive Swiss sensor Synceron SHT30, which has a temperature measuring accuracy of plus minus 0.2 degrees Celsius. The second feature of this model is the presence of 2 slots for AA battery with a total capacity of 5,400 milliamperes. This BLE sensor model is one of the longest lasting on the market in items of battery life. Fourth, TESLiOT Guard is a compact read switch tag with the ability to broadcast not only the MAC address, but also a short sensor ID to identify a special tag. Guard can be used to identify the driver, trailers, and semi-trailers, and the ability to broadcast the temperature of the processor makes this BLE sensor one of the most affordable on the market. Now, meet TESLiOT Pro, the most powerful BLE sensor model in its segment. As the whole updated line of BLE sensor, Pro has a built-in read switch to determine the status of refrigerator door. But Pro was invited to perform more complex tasks, is not standard projects. Pro features. Firstly, it has an external ventilated and transparent sleeve in which read-sensitive sensors are located: temperature, humidity, and brightness. Secondly, also in Pro, as in the start model, 3 is a classic one-wire temperature interface in the DLS protocol with up to 6 temperature sensors. Example, with such a set of sensors, you can control, for example, greenhouse, the temperature of air and soil, humidity and brightness, up to 7 measure points. Thirdly, Pro has 5 digital inputs at once. They are discrete by default. Also, 2 inputs can measure voltage. For example, it will later be possible to connect air pressure sensor in the air suspension to determine the external load. Gas pressure to determine the flow and gas cylinder equipment, liquid pressure in high pressure lines. We expect Pro to become an extremely universal BLE sensor that can be used, for example, in the combined harvest bunker. What will be measured? Presence of grain in the bunker, the lower mark, and the sensor brightness. Grain filling level by special read switch with accuracy of every 20% out of 100. Mastery of grain and the temperature of the environment and sensitive SHT30 sensor in an external sleeve. These were our 5 best models of wireless sensors. Now let me introduce you to another sphere we are working on. TESLsmart is also developing advanced system, in particular elements for indoor navigation to control assist in enclosed space. This solution consists of 2 components, base and label. The base is equipped with the antenna array. The antenna allows you to determine the position of objects in enclosed space. And the Bluetooth long range and Bluetooth direction finding technologies used in the tech allow you to determine the location in the controlled object. We are going to speak about real-life cases. Utkanos is one of the largest Russian online food hypermarkets in Moscow and Moscow region. About 400 refrigerated for transits were equipped with TESLiOT sensors. The main task is temperature control. TESLiOT sensors have been dealing with this task for 3 years already. Global Truck is one of the largest Russian and international trucking companies with a fleet of fridge trucks that are used to deliver food and pharmaceutical to large retail chains. One of their biggest challenge is monitoring of the condition of doors on a fleet of 500 semi-trailers. 2 TESLiOT sensors used to be installed. The first in front of wall, the second on the back door. So we got the temperature at 2 points of the semi-trailers at once, and also solved the problem with controlling the opening, closing, of the doors. Next case, it's Greenfields. It's a distributor of exotic fruits and vegetables, which supplied to almost all Russian retail chains. When shipping exotic fruits and vegetables, it's especially important to ensure the control of critical parameters. These parameters are humidity and temperature. We also use the TESLiOT sensors. As you can see from the example of 3 different cases, our solution is unique and can be applied in absolutely any area. Be it retail, logistics, pharmaceutical, it doesn't matter. And all this implement on the violent monitoring system. To date, the unified BLE protocol TESLiOT for connecting BLE sensor is supported by popular BLE checkers. On screen, it's our team, a team of like-minded professional programmers, designers, engineers, business analytics, API integration expert, and another. Thank you for attention. Have a great day.